Tight end, tight end, tight end. This week's Blue Rush position breakdown is all about the group that has to have the biggest jump and improvement in production in 2025, and that's the tight ends. You can say what you want about Evan Ingram, but ever since he left for the Jags in 2022, the Giants just haven't been able to find a consistent playmaker or big threat in that group since. They did trade for Darren Waller, who was supposed to be that guy and more, but they didn't really get a return on investment on him because the former Pro Bowler was banged up the 2 seasons he was on the team before he retired after the 2023 season. Last season, Daniel Bellinger, Theo Johnson, Chris Mannertz, and Jack Stahl were the tight ends on the roster, and they claimed Greg Dulcich off waivers late in the season, but only 3 of these guys caught a pass for the Giants, and collectively, they only brought in 46 catches for 486 yards and 1 touchdown. On top of that, to make things even worse, they only had 5 big plays on the year, and that's catches for over 20-plus yards, and Theo Johnson had all 5. Not getting big plays or being able to take advantage of throwing the ball across the middle really hurt the Giants' offense and held them back last season. Now, signing and having Russell Wilson as their new QB1 should help with that lack of production in that position. He throws to his tight ends. I mean, look at last season with the Steelers. He and Pat Freiermuth connected 45 times for 459 yards and 5 touchdowns, including at least 6 catches of 20-plus yards. That's around the same amount of production and even more big plays and only 11 games throwing to one guy compared to the entire production of the Giants' tight end room in 17 games. In my opinion, the guy who's really going to make that jump in production is Theo Johnson going into his second year. He's got the highest ceiling, and my man showed flashes of why the Giants thought they got the steal of the draft when they grabbed him in the 4th round. He got off to a somewhat slow start while battling injuries in camp and then trying to really find his niche and carve out a role in the offense, but he did have his 2 best games late in the season before he landed on IR. He had 3 for 51 and a touchdown against the Commanders, where if you watch the tape, he was able to get separation across the middle, and he showed some strong hands on 1 catch, and then he got up the seam on the touchdown. He had 5 catches on 5 targets for 54 yards against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and then he was shut down for the rest of the season. Again, these weren't great games by any means, but if you're looking for production or who could be that tight end to produce this season, Theo Johnson had times where he showed flashes. Daniel Bellinger had a strong rookie season back in 2022, but they really haven't used him much in the passing game since. So expect the Giants to grab a tight end in the draft. I mean, this upcoming draft is like Costco for tight ends. There are a lot of good pass-catching tight ends in this class that can be selected in later rounds for a great value. I want to see the Giants add a pure pass-catching tight end that can wiggle and do something with the ball after he catches it. A yak guy. Maybe like one of those former wide receivers that bulked up later in his collegiate career, and he could be used as a complete mismatch. Now, Russell Wilson has already started throwing and working out with the tight ends that are on the Giants roster, but time is going to tell if this production or the production level in this group is going to be better this season. And if it is, then the Giants offense will definitely take another step.